You had the whole day, and you did nothing. Again. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain. You wake up full of intention. Today is the day. You sit down, open your laptop, and then you check one notification. 1 becomes 10, 10 becomes a feed, and suddenly it's 3 p.m. and nothing got done. You didn't mean to do it. You never mean to do it, but it keeps happening. And the worst part is that you start thinking you're just lazy, that successful people have some willpower superpower you were born without. Stop. That's not what's happening. You are not broken. Your brain is hijacked. Deep inside your brain is a reward system, and that system runs on one chemical, dopamine. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. That's the myth. Dopamine is the wanting chemical. It doesn't make you feel good. It makes you chase good. It's the engine of motivation, the fuel that makes you get up and go. Here's the problem. Your phone figured out the code. Every like, every notification, every scroll that shows you something new fires dopamine. Your brain is getting hit with more reward signals in 1 hour of scrolling than your ancestors got in an entire month. And when your brain gets flooded with that much easy dopamine, it raises the bar. It recalibrates. It says, that wasn't impressive. Give me more. So now the real things, working on your goals, going to the gym, building something, reading a book, they feel flat. They feel boring. Not because they are, but because your reward system has been turned up so high that nothing real can compete. This is called dopamine dysregulation, and almost every person alive right now is dealing with it. The good news is your brain is not permanently broken. It is plastic. It can be rewired. The first step is to diagnose your dopamine diet. Most people never stop to ask where they're getting their dopamine hits. Pull out a piece of paper and write down what you do when you're bored, what you reach for when something feels hard, and what you're doing when you're supposed to be doing something else. That list is your dopamine menu. And right now, every item on it is cutting in line, taking the reward your brain was supposed to get from real work and spending it on something that gives you nothing back. You don't need to eliminate these things. You need to reorganize the menu. Real things go first. Easy dopamine comes after. The second step is the dopamine fast. Your baseline is too high. Think of it like a volume dial cranked all the way to max. You've been living there so long that everything else sounds like silence. So you need to turn it down. Not forever, not even for a week. Start with 24 hours. No social media, no streaming, no games, no news. For the first 2 hours, it will feel miserable. Your brain will scream and give you every excuse in the book. That discomfort is the addiction talking. Sit with it, because here's what happens after hour 3. The noise starts to fade. Real life begins to feel interesting again. A walk feels good. A book pulls you in. Your project starts to look like a puzzle you want to solve, not a burden you want to escape. That's your baseline resetting. 1 day is all it takes to feel the shift. The third step is to build friction into your distractions and remove it from your goals. Your brain always takes the path of least resistance, and right now, that path leads straight to your phone. So make the bad stuff harder and the good stuff easier. Delete the app from your phone and keep it only on your desktop. Studies show that 3 extra steps reduce impulsive behavior by up to 67%. On the flip side, sleep in your gym clothes. Lay out your equipment the night before. Make starting so easy your brain has no excuse not to begin. And remember this, motivation doesn't create action. Action creates motivation. You don't wait to feel like it. You build the system that makes starting automatic, and then the feeling follows. The fourth step is the 2-minute ignition rule. The biggest lie procrastination tells you is that you need to be ready to start. You don't. You just need to start, even badly, even for 2 minutes. Open the document, write 1 sentence, do 1 push-up, send 1 email. Because the moment you begin a task, your brain releases what psychologists call Zeigarnik tension, the feeling of an open loop. And your brain hates open loops. It wants to close them. So the moment you begin, your brain becomes your ally instead of your enemy. It starts pulling you forward instead of holding you back. 2 minutes is the ignition. The fifth step is to stack your rewards and make real work feel like a game. Here's what the apps know that most people don't. The dopamine system responds to progress, not completion. It's not finishing the book that releases dopamine. It's the feeling of moving forward in the book. So build your own game. Track your streaks. Give yourself visual proof of progress. Not just, I'll try to work out, but day 1, day 2, day 3, don't break the chain. The chain becomes the motivation, because now you're not just working toward the goal, you're protecting something you've already built. Layer this on top of your existing rewards. Allow yourself the podcast, but only at the gym. Allow yourself the show, but only after an hour of deep work. This is called temptation bundling, and it turns your distractions into fuel. Your brain doesn't have to fight pleasure anymore. It gets to earn it. Here's what I want you to remember. You were never the problem. The system around you was engineered by some of the smartest people on the planet to keep you distracted, to keep you small, to keep you scrolling. And for a while, it worked. But it doesn't have to keep working. Because the life you want is not on the other side of more willpower. It's on the other side of a better system. Diagnose the diet, fast to reset, add friction to distractions, lower the bar to start, stack the rewards. 5 steps. That's the whole ladder. And you don't have to climb it all at once. Start with one rung. Just one. Because a year from now, that person who is staring at their to-do list, not starting, not moving, not believing they could do it, they'll be someone else's story, not yours. You already started. You're already rewiring. Go.